Good evening, everyone. So, I welcome you all for National E-Workshop on Academic, Scientific, Research and Technical Writing. We have our esteemed resource person, Dr. RAMASAMY Rajesh Kumar sir. On behalf of Dhanlakshmi Srinivasan University, Management and School of Engineering and Technology, Department of English, I wholeheartedly welcome all the participants. Welcome. Santosh Revant, Akshita, Divya, okay. Hi, Kanamadi Paniyaselvam, Dr. Sir. Akshita, welcome. Honesty, madam. Welcome, Honesty, ma'am. Aishnavi, madam, welcome. Welcome, Aish Sharma. Welcome, Bhuvaneshwari. Madam Bhuvaneshwari, madam. This is yes, Vijayalakshmi. ECE, Honesty. So we shall start the session sharply. Resource person has joined already with us. Welcome, Kritika. Welcome, Nanda Kumar. Welcome, Kavita, Kartika. Good evening. Good evening, one and all gathered here. I am Dr. C. PRIYA, Associate Professor, Department of English, School of Engineering and Technology, Dhanlakshmi Srinivasan University, Samayapuram, Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu, India. So I extend my greetings on behalf of our management to all the participants and our esteemed resource person, sir, Dr. RAMASAMY Rajesh Kumar, sir. So welcome you all for National E-Workshop on Academic, Scientific, Research and Technical Writing. We have been continuously organizing various workshops. So this workshop focuses on academic side, which deals with scientific writing, research writing and technical writing. I shall share a few words about our resource person who has joined with us today. It is my immense pleasure to welcome our chief guest, Dr. RAMASAMY Rajesh Kumar sir. So before introducing, I shall extend my hearty welcome to all of you, and on behalf of, I thank the higher officials, Sri S. Invention Ayya, Chief Patron, Honorable Chancellor Ayya, our Patron, Srimati Anandalakshmi Kadiravan, Pro Chancellor, Dr. C.K. Ranjan sir, Vice Chancellor, Dr. Dhanasekaran Devara sir, our Registrar, Dr. V. Sekhar, Dean, School of Engineering and Technology, Dr. A. Sirajanisa, Associate Dean, School of Science and Humanities, Dr. R. Shobhya, Head of the Department of English, School of Engineering and Technology, and my fellow colleagues. Now I shall introduce our chief guest, who possesses not only one position. He has a lot of golden feathers in his cap. He is the Director, International Skill Development Council, New Delhi, India. He is board member, All India Institute of Training and Education, New Delhi, India. Honorary faculty, Department of Science and Engineering, Naval Global Community Education Foundation, Australia. So we shall see more of his accomplishments through professional involvement and affiliations. He is a pan-India speaker. We feel privileged to have you as resource person today, sir. United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and WHO One World, One Health Initiative, founder president for Society for Microbiology, Biochemistry and Biotechnology. Is a life member in ISDC, New Delhi, India. Is a fellow in Society of Education, India. Fellow, Academy of Environment and Life Sciences, India. He has been certified with the British Council English Proficiency and Government of India Certified Artificial Intelligence Trainer. He has received many awards, many accomplishments, continuously training more students, scholars, academicians, especially about the research. We are happy to have you in this fine evening, sir. I hand over the session to you. Welcome, sir.
Yeah. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir, audible.
Right. How to proceed? Okay, yeah. Am I audible to everyone? Hello? Ma'am?
They can't speak, they will post it in the chat box.
Yeah. All right. So if you are able to hear me, please interrupt and let me know, okay? If there is any
They will post the questions in chat box, I will display.
Yeah, that's fine, ma'am.
Very huge audience we are having, so I couldn't go.
All right. Very good evening, everyone. And thank you, Dr. C. PRIYA, Associate Professor, Department of Biotechnology, Dhanalakshmi Srinivasan University, for giving me this opportunity. And also the management of Dhanalakshmi Srinivasan University and the faculty members of the same department. And also the participants, those who are going to listen the talk for the next 1 hour. And myself, ma'am, so there are popping up the messages. How to stop that?
Yes, it's over.
Yeah, the messages are popping up. So yeah. All right. Yeah. So as ma'am stated, actually I have been to many countries. Also I have delivered more than 50-60 talks. VIT University, and also recently I have been to Vijnana University, Guntur. Also I travel other universities all over India, and I have given many talks because India is developing, as you are aware. Okay, so we are transforming in a very fastest way, which we cannot imagine. Now we are talking about artificial intelligence. Similarly, so research and academia. Okay, so both are not separate. It's both are together. Okay. Through research, we can make academia into efficient way. So what and how we can develop the research? Okay, so that's what we are going to discuss, and also I'm going to show you how to write a good research paper and publish in quality journals. You can consider as writing papers. Also, you can consider as writing a research proposal, because some of you are doing your PhD. Okay, so you might willing to go postdoc abroad. Okay. So you know how to write the research proposal. Also, the faculty, those who are going to apply for research grants from various funding agencies, you might also aware how to write the research proposal. So these things we are going to discuss through the process which I'm going to do now. Okay, ma'am, will you go to the next slide, please? All right. So this is Tirukural, written by Tiruvalar. This is like 2,500 years old. This is like Quran, Bible, Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so those holy books are particular for particular religion, whereas this Tirukural, this is like common for everyone. Okay, so if you get a chance, please find this through Google Tirukural, and this book is going to enlighten you. Okay, so you can enlighten with lots of things. It's having like 1,330 couplets. Couplets means two lines. Okay, so from this you can learn lots of things. You can improve your life, you can improve your career, you can improve your lifestyle, you can improve how to behave with the society, how to have a management skills, how to have a good relationship with your wife, how to have a good relationship with the children. All those things are discussed in the 1,330 couplets. Okay, so this couplet which I like most, because India is basically a agriculture based country. Okay, so we do lots of agriculture, but we don't know how to practice it. So as we are aware, actually, without food we cannot survive. Okay, food is very important. Though we are developed with lots of technologies, technology can allow you to make things easier. But agriculture is like a mandate, and it's a basic necessity for every human beings, not only for us, even for the animals as well. So this couplet states, "Surandum ஏற்பினது உலகம் அதனால் உழந்தும் உழவே தலை." That means whatever the ideas or technologies coming up, but the base or everything should be associated with the or that we should consider the agriculture practice is very important. Okay, all right. So why I'm telling this means so we always think about technology, but by the year 2050, the FAO already said our population is going to be double up. Okay, so that means in another 2050, I mean another 25 years later. Okay, so we might not have sufficient food for everyone. So we need to find the alternative way, because we already destroyed all the agricultural land by building constructions, constructing buildings, and also we destroyed almost all the forests. Okay, so we need agricultural land. So we need to find a novel way to produce agriculture. I mean food for every human. Okay, so what are the business or what are the things that you're doing that we need to always think about the agriculture, because without food we cannot survive. Okay, go to the next slide, please, man. All right, this is my disclaimer. Okay, so this person is licensed under the Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share Alike 4.0 International CC by NCSA 4.0 license. Okay, so you can edit or you can do anything, but you need to give proper acknowledgement to the present. Okay, so you can find this license through online. All right. So hope you are aware of the UN SDG goals. Okay, so wherever you go nowadays, they talk about UN SDGs. Okay, this is very important, because the entire globe. Okay, so they are working towards the 20. I mean, we need to achieve this 70% goals by the year 2030. That means we just have another 4 years. Okay, not much time we are having. Not only we think actually, sir, this is a United Nations SDG. That means it must be related to environment, blah blah. No. This all include about your education, your lifestyle, your career, the energy, everything. Everything should be considered under these 17 sustainable goals. Okay, and this 193 countries they have signed. India also one of the signed country in this 17 sustainable goals. And so, what are the things that you are going to plan for the next 5 years by 2030? We need to consider. Okay, even your education institution also consider about the 17 SDGs goals. Even your research should also based upon the 17 SDGs goals. Even your teaching methodology, what are the things that you are considering, and even the construction, what are the transition happening around us, that should be considered with the 17 SDGs goals. So I don't have much time, so this is just an information. So please Google it, and even the flyer they have mentioned about this SDGs goals. Everyone must learn. Okay, so you don't think this is something different. This is very important. Okay, everybody just Google it, 17 SDG goals. Okay, all right. So you can see there are two kind of sports here. Okay, one is a athlete court with a football court. Okay, another one is maze. Okay, so everyone entering into the research or entering into the education field, they consider it's a athlete court. Okay, in athlete court, what will be there? There will be a start and there will be end. Okay, right? So it's not like that actually. Research or education is not like that. It's like a maze. when you're entering into education, okay, so you need to find a unique way, okay, and fastest way or innovative way to do the things in a useful way to others, okay. Not only benefit for you, so even it should like benefit for others, okay. So it's like a maze, the game, okay. So once you enter, you should know how to get out of this box. And not only getting out of the box means just not completing this actually. Getting complete means your whole life. It's a passion, okay. Research or academia, what are the things that you're doing, it's going to be a passion. Most of the things like we think, okay, sir, I want job. Nobody considers nowadays a job, okay. You should be dedicated, you should have some innovative ideas, you should be novelty. Why I'm telling again and again, the reason I will tell you, okay, innovation, novelty, okay. So I'm in like pressing this word means this is going to be the next feature of this world, okay. That's why I'm telling. Don't think like only your syllabus can help you to get a job or your degree can help you to get the job. No. So I will be sharing everything in the next coming slides. Yeah, go to the next slide, please, man. Okay, so you can see the money. Okay, this is a currency, right? So everyone needs currency for everything. Like, so what are the things that you're doing? This currency is not like it's a the currency is not in current. Okay, this is a outdated currency. We are not using nowadays. So it's outdated currency, but currency is very important for everything. What are the things you are doing? You need money, right? Next slide, please. Not only money, you need lots of money. Okay, so if you want to do something, you need to have lots of money. Without lots of money, you cannot establish anything. Okay, so for anything if you want to develop a technology for startup, what are the things you are going to perform? You need lots of money. You can see the technology developed by Stanford University. Okay, so it's a timeline from 1972 to 1966. So how much technology they have developed from Stanford? This is what India also need. That's why we have Skill India program and Atman Bharat so. That's why government of India also promoting this kind of things. Even the university also asking innovation council will be there. Okay, so you need to come up with innovative things, and you need to come with some new technologies to develop our country to the next level. Go to next slide, please, man. Yes. So here you can see here's the straw, right? When you're going to have a Coca-Cola or going to take a juice, or if you buy a tender coconut, okay, so they will be providing a straw, right? This straw was patented, okay? So you may think, okay, the straw is just like this. This straw was invented in the year 1888, okay? The first straw was like this. Nowadays, you can see the street shops, wherever they give this. And sometimes if you go to, some biggest shops or, restaurants, they will be providing a folded straw, okay? There will be bend, okay? This was patented and they are making lots of money through this novel idea. The novel idea was made in the year 1880. Just think how much money they are making. And also the fountain pen. Nowadays we are not using fountain pen, okay? But a year later, the fountain pen was invented and it was patented in the US, and they are making lots of money at the time. And also you can see the Coca-Cola or anything you drink, the canned drink, okay? It will be having the lid like this, okay? This was patented. And per day, 200 crores royalty, the scientist who designed was earning. Just imagine, a simple idea, okay, which you still we are using, okay, they're making lots of money. Okay, go to the next slide, please, man. All right, so now we are coming into the research, okay? So those things are come with the research, okay? They don't come just like that, okay? They do lots of research. Research means research, okay? Find what is already existing, what we need, what is the gap, and how to come with a new ideas. Just it will not come just like that, okay? So you need to find what already existing, what easiest way, or what is the useful way of for the welfare of the human, okay? Then only the ideas can be transformed into a technology, okay? So the importance of research is why the research is important, okay? A country, okay? What are the country you just think, okay? The country is powerful not because of its size, right? China is bigger, okay? And India is also bigger. So we have biggest size, okay? But that doesn't mean we are very strong, okay? And also wealth. Even you have lots of money, but if you don't have technology, it cannot be considered as a powerful country, okay? And you might have lots of natural resources. Still, if you don't have any technology, it cannot be considered as a powerful country. And you might have lots of population, okay? So now we are already beaten China. Now we are leading with the human population. But if you don't have good technology, a country is not powerful. The country is useless, okay? So we need to develop good technologies. Go to the next slide, man. All right, so I was telling, okay, so first you need to understand what exactly your country needs, what exactly the society needs. For that, you need to do the research. Okay, search. Then you will get an idea. Okay, so first you need to understand the resource, what is available. You cannot just sitting in a room, just imagining I want to go to Mars. It's not possible. Okay, so for that you need to know actually what are the resources you have, and with that resources you need to do some good research. I used to go to Avanashlingam Women's University for giving talk, and for the Department of Food Science. And there one research scholar, actually, she got awarded her PhD. And you can see her name, Habiba. Okay, she is a Muslim, and she has done a fantastic research for Muslim women. As you aware, Muslim women, they wear burqa, right? They wear a black color burqa, right? And because of wearing black color burqa, the sunlight which provides vitamin D, it will not the women, Muslim women, they will not get it, because the reason is they wear black color, because when the sunlight comes, the black color emits the rays. Okay, the vitamin D will not get into the skin. So for that, this scholar, Dr. Habiba, she done a research on impact on nutrition intervention and dress code on vitamin D literature of Muslim women. See, she know what is the problem, and for that she found a solution, right? This is not a she didn't done a she didn't do biggest research, but she given a solution for the Muslim women. So I'm telling you so first you understand what you are planning to do, but that you need to find, that is what I'm telling. Okay, you need to search how the thief searching the houses and finding where you can get lots of money, right? Similarly, researchers will also think and search and find a very good area to work on and to give a solution for the problem. Okay, go to the next slide, please. Before, yeah. Okay, so for research, unique field is good. Okay, so you can see ducklings here. Okay, so every ducklings are going from left hand side to right hand side, right? And but there's only one duckling which is going opposite direction. Okay, which is here. So I'm showing with my cursor. You can see here there's only one duckling moving from right to left. Okay, so you need to be unique. It doesn't mean everybody doing similar research. Okay, I also want to do so similar research. No, actually, sir, my guide wants to do this. I mean, my guide knows only this, so I want to do. No, it's not like this. Come with some novel ideas. Your guide must be outdated. Okay, so outdated means might not be updated. I'm not telling you all the faculties or scientists. Okay, there are some faculties or researchers or scientists. They might not update it, or you might be updated with new things by reading lots and lots of research papers, because faculties and scientists might be having lots of work teaching and handling other work in the university. By being a researcher, you need to read lots of new things every day. You need to read 10-20 research papers in your research area, so you will get an idea what you want to do. So don't do what others are doing. Okay, and also you can see here the zebra. Okay, so all the zebras are facing towards you. Only one zebra facing the other side, opposite side. Okay, so you need to be unique. Okay, unique means find something new. Okay, even why I'm telling this unique, novelty, innovation. The reason I will tell you later. Okay, go to the next slide, please. Yes, research theme selection. This is why I told you. Okay, so research theme selection. You should have a good research theme. Okay, there will be plenty of research are coming up. Piles of information are there. Piles of publications are there. But you need to bring something new or something already being done, but something is missing in that. That you need to find. Okay, like a policeman. How they search, they find the thief wherever they go. They find, right. So you need to find. You need to have a critical thinking. So like that, the critical thinking comes only through reading papers. It will not come just like that. Okay, or discussing. Discussion is good, but you need to read. Before discussion, you might have some ideas, right? Without ideas, you cannot you can be just a listener. You cannot discuss with them. So you might be wrong. Okay, but when you're discussing, that also I will tell you how innovations are came up. Go to the next slide, please. All right, so I said you right, unique. Okay, so these two persons. Okay, so they both are Nobel laureates. Okay, they got Nobel Prize. Okay, for economy. Both are from Indian origin. Okay, and they both are from West Bengal. See, they choose a unique area. Okay, in that area they worked and they got the Nobel Prize. The reason is they know what actually they want to do, because they are from the same state, West Bengal, and they work on the economy. So they know so what actually they could find from the society, From there, they got an idea, they worked on it, and they got the Nobel Prize. Okay, so researchers or faculty, I'm not telling the researcher, even for the faculties also I'm insisting. Okay, faculties or researchers, use your time for innovations, because innovation comes through research articles, by patents, spin-off. Okay, and use your time for general intellectual problems, like write review papers, write books. Okay, write analysis, do some analysis. Okay, and exploration and documentation of resources. Like for example, I have been to Chhattisgarh, and this year actually they have like more what is it? The plant varieties actually, that is very very important. Plant varieties, they are like collecting, they are storing it. Okay, from the tribal people. Okay, so those kind of like an exploration document is more important, and more important is solving local problems. Don't think locally and work globally. Okay, so you need to like think something for your society. Okay, go to the next slide, please. Okay, now coming to the research proposal. Okay, so when you are starting your research, or when you are going to write a research proposal for a research grant. Okay, this is for both like researcher as well as for faculty. Okay, you must have a research proposal. Okay, without research proposal, you cannot do anything. Okay, like a marriage. Okay, for marriage, what we do, like we make a horoscope, or we just like make anything. Okay, good profile. Then only we start searching bride or groups. Okay, so why I'm telling this, like so you need to have a proposal, a good proposal, what actually you are going to execute in the next 3 years. Okay, that is more important. Okay, so for that you need a proper proposal. Okay, so even for the sort of complete PhD, when you're going for postdoc, also you should have a research proposal. Without research proposal, no professor or no scientist will take you for like doing your postdoc at abroad. Okay, so you should have a good research proposal. Okay, okay. So a good research proposal should have demonstrate a good like subject matter, and also feasible research plan. I'm insisting again, feasible. Okay, what you can do, what you have available. Today I have available, what is that, kichadi. Kichadi means, in Tamil Nadu we call kichadi means, that is with rava we make vegetable, that we call kichadi. Whereas in northern India, kichadi means rice with dal, they make it like a slurry. Okay, like a thing, actually they call it the kichadi. Okay, so you have only these things. Okay, do something research like that. I will tell you how to do a feasible research plan. I have the story for that. Okay, and also the yield significant finds things. Okay, that should give some good findings. Okay, so the requirements and length of research proposal can vary. Okay, because it depends upon the subject. If you're writing science or research proposal, that should be something different. Whereas like you're writing for arts, like English or history or humanities or whatever, like art subject. Okay, history. Okay, so it depends upon like what research area or research field or what subject that you're based upon that. Also based upon the research institution where you are submitting, they might also have like a proper, I mean like a research format. So you need to like submit according to that. Okay, okay. So your research proposal explain the research. What is the brief slide, man? Yeah. Okay, so you should like introduce your topic while like referring the past literature, and point out the knowledge gaps. I told you in the before. Okay, so the gaps you will find when you're reading lots of research paper. When you don't read like research paper, you cannot find the gaps. So you need to read like lots of like past literature, means already published papers. Okay, so from that only you can find, you can compare like what others did, what I did. Okay, so I mean other did, what is the research gap is missing, what you need to like give something add on, and what you can like make something new. So that should be like you can make it as a project proposal. Okay, and also you need to like make a correct correct timeline. Okay, so in next 6 months what you're going to accomplish, and what next 6 months what you're going to accomplish. Okay, so likewise you need to put a chart. Okay, so likewise you need to produce. Okay, and conclude like explain how postdoc fits into your research, like those things, like what is the outcome of your research proposal. Okay, that you need to mention. Nowadays don't write like so we'll publish 2 papers out of this, and for that we need 20 lakhs. Nobody's going to give a shit, because now Indian government only provide what innovative things that you're going to bring. Okay, recently our central government like classical Tamil literature. Okay, so they have provided me 2.5 lakhs to me. Okay, to translate Mani Megalai. Okay, so we have the Sangam literature called Mani Megalai, which I translated in Mongolian language. They translated in other languages. So through my friend who's in Mongolia, actually, with her support, I translated Money Meghla, that Sangam literature, to Mangal language. Okay, so if you are like doing something for your language, okay, obviously the government are ready to like provide you funds. Okay, go to the next slide, please. Okay, so your overall aim should be clear and coherent in every aspect. Okay, so don't write blah 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 long sentence jargons. Don't do don't think so if you write lots of things using fantastic English words. Okay, that's not going to make sense. Okay, because not everybody having same knowledge like you. Okay, so you need to write a proposal. A common person can also, I mean, common person means so he might be in the board. Okay, so he may not aware of that, but when you're writing it, when he's reading for the first time, he should get impressed. Okay, so likewise you need to write your research proposal. Okay, so your research should not exceed more than 3,000 words including the references. Okay, go to the next slide, please. Okay, so what are the things should be there in your scientific research? Scientific or can be so anything. Okay, so main objective and summary of the project. Okay, so what is general area that you are going to cover? Okay, and what is the problem? What is the shortcoming? Again, I'm telling gap. Okay, the gap should be uh, that's more because we actually when I was abroad actually we used to find the gaps. Okay, because when you read papers then you will identify the gaps. Actually, they give 20 30 papers to us and we just read and we find out what is missing from the papers and we just take something from that and from that idea we generate a new proposal. Likewise we do that. Okay, for that actually I got national natural science foundation of China. They granted me in Indian rupees 87 lakhs, but due to corona I couldn't able to go and continue the research. Why I'm telling this means, so when you're thinking at the same time another person will also think, so don't delay it. Okay, so execute the work as soon as possible. Okay, what is the main research question? Okay, that means your aim and what is the specific objective. Okay, proceed research with the follow from that. Okay, and what is the proposal is significant and what does it matter? Okay, either theoretically or it can be empirically. Okay, and the most important thing is your background of the project. Okay, so literature review. When you're writing the literature review, don't go more than 5 years old papers, publications. Okay, when you're citing, you need to come with maybe some one or two papers. I mean, published papers. You can give it from the old, but the mostly when we are submitting a research paper or research proposal, the references. Okay, what you're collecting that should not exceed more than 5 years. Okay, within 5 years papers give lots of information and review papers also you can read. Okay, review papers we can have more information about already published papers. Okay, collect more lots of review papers. With that if you get an idea, go to the next slide. Yeah, so this is more important. Okay, so when I make questions to the research scholars, I work as a director of R&D of a private university in Chhattisgarh. Whereas the research scholars comes and raises, when I ask them what is the hypothesis of your research, but they ask what is the hypothesis? They doesn't know what is hypothesis. Without a hypothesis, no research can be conducted. It's a basic common sense. Okay, when you're doing research, you should know the hypothesis. Okay, so you need to have a research questions and expected findings. That means it can be or it cannot be. Okay, expected findings. Okay, so you should have a proper hypothesis. Okay, and research design. Okay, methodologies are very important. Don't use the old methodology, outdated methods. Find, that's why I'm telling again and again, read papers. Don't read that some local journals. Okay, or even I don't advise Scopus journal because Scopus journal will be there for 3 years. After that they remove because of money making. Go to Elsevier, Springer, Williamson's, and they are good publishers with the impact factor. I'm talking about the journals with impact factor, and also I'm talking about Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Okay, and what is Q1? It's quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3. Okay, that also I will explain later. Okay, so from that if you read that, you will get how the other research have done adopted or made a method. From that, how you can design your own method. Okay, so from that you can make your hypothesis in fantastic way, so which can attract the funding agency to grant you fund. Okay, also while you're applying for your postdoc abroad, you need to conduct the kind of research. And those once you're going to research, also those who wants to do research should also consider. Okay, if you don't know how to do that, you cannot do your research, good research, and your time will be wasted for 3 years. And there will be only PhD, but there won't be any scope in the future for you. Okay, go to the next slide, please. Okay, so also when you're writing the research proposal, you should have good skill. Okay, If you want to go to Mars, you should have experience of like how astronauts get trained. Okay, you should have that skill. If you don't have skill, I want to go to Mars. And if you go, like no, you might not have like no, like going to swim in the ocean. Okay, in the swimming pool you can swim because that level skill you have. Okay, because you are not going to like get dumped into like no swimming pool. When you want to go to the ocean, you must have the experience. Okay, for doing like diving, all those things in the ocean or in the river. Okay, you must have the skill. If you don't have, then obviously you cannot do that. So what relevance creation do you have with the purpose? That means you should have the skill. You should be aware of that methods. You should be aware of the technologies. Then only you need to use. Okay, and propose dissemination timetable as I told you. Okay, so like your plans, like every 6 months, what is the progress? Okay, that you are going to conduct. Okay, so like if you're going to publish in the next 6 months, I'm going to publish one paper targeting journal. So like that you need to mention. Okay, and also you need to like progress plan as I told you. Okay, propose dissemination timetable. Also your progress plan. At the end, you should have a literature reference. Okay, the reference list must be sorted alphabetically by author. So we call APA style. Okay, American Psychological Association style. Okay, APA style. Okay, most of the journals they follow APA. Okay, when you go every journal we have an author instruction. Prepare your your references based upon the author instruction. Go to the next slide, please. All right, so I was talking about, sir, you told about innovation, novelty, uniqueness. Sir, how to get that? So I used to give a basic example. So everybody knows, like, Newton, okay? So Newton, like, so he was sitting, like, under an apple tree, okay? So even apple tree was existing before Newton, I mean, for long years. But Newton, he observed, like, so why the apple was falling down, okay? So he was, like, was thinking about that. Okay, so observation is more important. Okay, so through observation also you will get an idea. So you somebody, I mean, even without reading papers, also there are more intentions are there. Okay, by observing, so they see okay what this the problem it is. Okay, what kind of solution we can. Even the illiterate can also through observation they give ideas. Okay, so the observation you need to verify with the already published literature. You might observe something. Okay, so you will think, okay, so how we can do? Already somebody has done some work in that. So for that, you need to verify with the literature, already published literature. Okay, once you verified, okay, then you imagine, okay, so okay, already they made this kind of research in this approach. Okay, how I can adopt some new methodology. How? So you need to imagine. Okay, so when you imagine, you'll get an idea. From observation also, you can get an idea. Okay, so with that idea only, you can start working. Okay, so that means idea means just you cannot do some stupid research. Okay, so that idea should be, again I'm using the word, only novel idea is allowed here. Only novel idea can done in the research laboratory or conduct as a research. Okay, that is a possible starting point. Your novel idea, again insisting. Okay, from the possible starting points, you can go with the greatest finding. So first, what you have to do, you need to observe. From observation also get an idea. From literature also you can get an idea. With the literature and observation, you can, with the imagination also you can get an idea. Okay, so go to the next slide. Okay, here's a flowchart of a successful project proposal. Okay, if you're on the early career of your PhD, if you're a faculty going to write a research, or if you're already going to complete your PhD and wants to go abroad for doing your postdoctor. Okay, so you might follow this project proposal. Okay, with that project proposal only you can approach any faculty or a scientist to conduct your postdoc or applying for a grants or joining a research group. Okay, so there should be preliminary data. Okay, so for example, if I want to go to Kashmir, I should have a preliminary data. Okay, so what is the month now? It's November. Okay, November, what will be the monsoon there? What kind of weather it will be there? Okay, those things I need to get information. Okay, and then what I will plan, what kind of clothing I need to wear, right? So these are the preliminary data. Okay, so with the preliminary data, you cannot go into your research. Okay, first you need to have your preliminary data and your relevance to the proposed work. Okay, so why I'm going to go Kashmir? Okay, so what I'm going to do? So likewise, you need so I'm going to do this. Actually, how to do this? You need to have preliminary data. With that only, you should have proposed your ideas. Okay, and abstract. Okay, so you should write abstract. Mostly in research paper, abstract should be written at the last. Okay, But whereas when you're writing, when you're starting your work, you should have some ideas. That ideas you can write in an abstract, okay, and then followed by a literature survey and also objectives with your hypothesis, okay, and your work plan and your review panel. Okay, review panels you might have known person, don't give known person, okay. Excuse me. Okay, yeah. Okay, review panel. Most of the times my friends used to ask, Rajesh, can I put your name in the review panel? But I say, actually, why you're giving my name? Give some expert's name, because who you are unaware, because those person will give effective review of your work. Maybe if they reject it, no problem, but they give proper review. From that you will get an idea. Okay, you find your what you mistake that you're doing. I can do a favor, but favoritism is not going to help with the new ideas. Okay, so those who are experts, unknown person, they will tell you what is there, what is missing, what should be added. They give proper review. Okay, so make a panel with unknown person. Okay, send your review or proposal to them. They will review it. Okay, and write your fund. How much fund you need? I told you, right? Fund means money. Okay, you need money. Without money, you cannot conduct your research. Okay, and references. Okay, and your CV. Okay, your CV is more important. Okay, that
So, dear participants, Shah will join very shortly. He has some issues. He will join very shortly in 1 or 2 minutes, in a couple of minutes. So, meanwhile, you can post your name, designation, college name in the chat box. Welcome, Kokila ma'am, Raja Kokila ma'am. Thank you, sir. Prerna Mehta, Biga Chattigar, Chhattisgarh, India, Namakkal, Babita, Liba Irfan from Aligarh. Welcome, sir, from Bombay University, State University. Welcome, sir. We are privileged with your august presence. Thanks for joining with us. Outside India, we have a great professor, Abu Bakr Muhammad Ghambi. Gideon Ali Zubairu, PG student, Ghambi State University. Your participant Sir has joined once again. You can proceed, sir.
am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir, audible.
All right. I'm sorry, actually, there was an interruption. I'm sorry for that. Okay. Yeah. So after making all these things together with your idea, okay. So with your idea only, you can make your proposal like this, and finally you need to submit to the funding agency or for the university, okay, wherever you're going to submit. Okay. Next slide, please, ma'am. All right. So we are going to talk about the strategies. Okay. So without strategy, we cannot do anything, right? So wherever you go, for example, if you're playing football, if you're playing volleyball or basketball, or what are things actually, you need to have a strategy. With proper strategy, only you can execute the things in a good way to complete the task in a successful way, right? So here also for research purpose also, or for doing research also, we should have a strategy. Okay. Okay, the strategy one. Okay, the first one is to solve a problem with your idea or to explore the area. Okay, so you can do anything. Okay, so to solve the problem in the area where you have completed your PhD. Okay, don't try something which you haven't already exposed or having exposure or like not done anything. Don't try something new. Continuation of your PhD should be your research plan or a research proposal. Okay, okay. So or you should have at least published a good papers, research papers in your area. With that only you can write a good research proposal. Okay, or else you can have a skill based. Okay, so if you're good in some skill, okay, with that you can apply in different areas. For example, if you're I'm talking about science, biotechnology, right? Okay, so if you're good in HPLC, GCMS, so the sample can be anything. Okay, but the technique is same. Okay, so your skill is required there. Okay, and instruments instrumentation that you are aware. Okay, and place where you work. Okay, so these are some of the strategies that you can apply for your success of your research. Okay, go to the next slide, please. Strategy two. Okay, so strategy two is your preliminary data. Okay, so as I told you, okay, with the preliminary data, we cannot conduct a research. Okay, you must have something basement work. Okay, so building, when we do the building, we cannot construct the building just like that, right? We do the foundation. Okay, with the foundation only, we construct 10-story or 50-story or 40-story or 80-story building. Okay, it's foundation is important. The foundation is your preliminary data. Okay, so your preliminary data can be a video or graphs or photo evidences. Okay, or it can be from a thesis. Okay, or from research published papers. Okay, and also some preliminary data you can get it from seminar. That's the reason attending seminar conferences are important. Most of the scholars, what they just attend conference just for getting the certificate. Don't do that. Just sit and listen what the researchers are presenting, what methodology they have used, and how you can use the methodology. Listen from the speakers. This is more important. Recently, I have seen most of the students, faculty just join get the certificate. Don't do that. So you'll get new ideas from attending conference seminars. Okay. So from that also you'll get a preliminary data. Okay. All right. Go to the next slide, please. Strategy 3. Okay, so your relevance to the proposed work. Okay, so the proposed work can be based upon a thesis or from your work experiences. Okay, again from your seminar, conference, workshop that you have conducted or attended. Okay, go to the next slide, please. Strategy 3. Okay, from literature survey. Okay, so reading papers, already published papers. Okay, can be a nationally published papers. I'm not talking about national journals. I'm taking some papers would be published from some geographical area. Okay, so from for example Chhattisgarh, or you can consider Manipur, or you can consider Punjab, or you can consider Uttar Pradesh. Okay, so from that area you will get some literature already published paper will be there. Okay, national level literature papers. Okay, from that you can get an idea. Okay, from that you can stress and find importance. What is the importance of that, and what lack now? Okay, not lack now, it's a lack now. Actually, what is it lacking there? Okay, from that also you can get an idea. Okay, so this is strategy 3. Go to the next slide. Strategy 4. Okay, from objectives. Okay, take at least several days. Okay, discuss with your students, faculties you are there. Okay, don't think students are nothing. You are better than your students. Okay, it's not like this. Students can write 6 subjects and they'll get passed. A faculty can teach only one subject. Even when we allow both the faculty and the students to write the same question paper, students will get more score than the faculty who taught one paper. Okay, why I'm telling you is don't think students are nothing. Okay, students have good ideas. They know how to do shortcut ways, and also they will give ideas. Okay, so students, discuss with your students. Okay, don't think the students say what he will know. No, students have more ideas. As I have learned from my experience, and also I have learned from one of the professors from a university. Okay, so every student has a unique idea. I mean skill. Okay, so use the skill from the students. So discuss them. Also discuss with the well-wisher. Don't discuss your ideas with everyone, because idea is your intellectual property. Okay, don't share with everyone, because what you're planning you may delay, but when you're sharing information, the other person will execute the work and they complete the task. So Discuss with the person who you are like comfortable, whom you believe. Okay, don't discuss maximum 4 to 5 people. Okay, read and find the most efficient shortcut way and finalize your research plan. Go to the next slide, please. Strategy 5. Okay, so simple, feasible, modern technique, and your experience. Okay, this is going to be a work plan. Okay, because work plan is more important. Okay, don't like write biggest which you cannot do. Don't rocket science kind of research. Don't write that way. Actually, what you can do. So what is easy or what is feasible with the available resources. Okay, with the available resources, what modern technology you can use. Okay, and also with your experience. From that, actually, you can plan your research proposal. Go to the next slide, please. And also, you need to choose the review panel. As I told you, okay, review panel is more important. Okay, don't select your competitor in the field. Okay, competitor means he may also try actually. What mostly I hear actually, sometimes your proposal will be rejected, but that idea will be given to someone else. Okay, so don't share with the competitor. Okay, give it to IIT professors or Central University professors. Okay, genuine people. Okay, and a straightforward person. Okay, the person must be an associate professor at least. He might have published papers, also having ideas. Okay, and can be your well wisher. Okay, and have good contact with many researchers around you. That's more important. Okay, networking is more important. Actually, I used to discuss not only Indian scientists or professors in India. Even actually, I discuss. I have team working in China, so we used to discuss. They also discuss with me actually, so how to conduct. I mean, they send me plans also when we are going to publish papers. So they discuss with me how to write, and even after written the paper, they send to me. So those kind of things we do. So why I'm telling is have a good networking, create a network, okay, and don't give your research ideas to your competitor. Okay, go to the next slide. This is your strategy 8. Okay, so your proposal, the writing skill. Okay, this is a writing skill is more important. Short proposal successful. Okay, write a short proposal. Don't write I have written 80 pages proposal, so definitely I will get it. No, that Pondicherry University, Central University. Actually, I have been in the year 2009 for that was the first India's PhD scholars, like a faculty. They have academics college. Okay, so only that was the first and actually that was the last UGC PhD scholars for UGC kind induction program for PhD scholars. I have been there for 1 month program. I have visited the library in the Pondicherry University. I have seen only 10 pages of PhDs. How many pages? Only 10 pages. There is nothing. There is just an introduction with the published papers with the conclusion. There is no story, no blah 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 blah. 5, 6 papers. That means 2, 3 pages. Okay, like that. Only published papers only was there. You can if you want to check those things, you can go to Pondicherry University or Google Shodh Ganga. Okay, UGC where most of the PhDs are submitted. UGC Shodh Ganga. Okay, there you can find so this doesn't mean sir, my PhD is got 500 pages. It's like a pillow. No, there's no time to read everything, right? So write your proposal short. Okay, use more schematic representation. Okay, like flowcharts, use diagrams. Okay, so that will be our that will be more easier for the readers to understand, because nowadays very fast as well. Nobody having time, because when you're submitting your research paper also publishing, okay, no time actually. They just see it's no simple way to understand what is what actually. If you're writing blah 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 more words, they don't read actually. So don't do that. Okay, use more diagram, simple with the easy words. Okay, don't use complicated words which because if you're applying abroad actually, when you read American papers, I used to get confused because they don't start actually. But when you read Indian research papers, even I learned from one professor scientist. Okay, Shankar Narayan, now he's in USA. He used to tell Rajesh. Actually, he is a good mentor to me actually. When I was being for my postdoc in South Korea, I have given one review paper to him. She said Rajesh, it should be like a cascade. It should have a flow, like a storytelling. So that paper is still getting citation, it's going a higher citation. Why I'm telling is anyone can read the paper, so I can understand. Whereas the Americans, what they do, the yearly paper already would have published, but from the paper they start actually. Then you need to go to the already published paper. Then only you will understand. So they make complicated things. That is not going to helpful. Okay. So in terms of your paper ideas or whatever things that you're going to explain, it should be simple words, okay? The goal also should be easy to understand, okay? Cite correct references. Mostly, recently what happened, I had a very bad experience with one research scholar. What he made, the paper was accepted actually. But when they sent that, accepted paper to me, I was reading it. That scholar, what he did, he added unnecessary, which is irrelevant to the paper, journal. The paper. He added already published self citations. Okay, more than 20. 15 to 20 references, including his publication, also my publication, irrelevant to that. Actually. He said, "Sir, nobody's going to notice." I was very much angry. I said, actually, I immediately wrote to the editor chief, so I want to, there are some mistakes in the paper, so I want to, correct, then I'll resend it. I mentioned actually what are the mistakes actually, the irrelevant references. Why until he's that's going to be unethical, okay? So always, do correct references. That is more important. Citation is more important. Okay, and abstract, very, very important, okay? I have seen abstract, some people write for 2 pages, don't write actually. Maximum the words of an abstract should be 250 to 350 words. And based upon the research journal, okay, if you go to journal, there will be author instructions. Always read the author instructions, okay? Every bus is having different, boards. Similarly, every journal has different boards, okay? So first read the author instruction, then only you submit, prepare your manuscript accordingly and submit it. Go to the next slide, please. Yeah, so instruments, okay? So you should be trained, okay? And usually 15 to 20% instruments should be available, because other instrument you can go available from other institutions or from the other research facilities available in India. Actually, that kind of through networking you can do it, okay? And your strategy should be required to fulfill your objective, okay? Before writing objective, you understand what instruments are available in the laboratory and what instruments you can get it or available in other institutions which you can get it from them. So likewise, understand, then make your research plan. Go to the next slide, please. Yeah, strategy 9. Go to before one. 9. Yes, yeah. So money again. Coming to fund. Okay, funding is more important. Okay, so if you are into science field, you must have a minimum of 20 lakhs to start. To conduct your research. That is average is 35 lakhs. You must have to conduct a good research. Okay. If you're having above 50 lakhs, you can do a big research and mega research, one umbrella, collecting samples from all over India, under one umbrella networking project. Okay, for that you need 20 crores. Whereas arts, you can do research with 5 lakhs. As I told you, I translated Moneymaker Sangam literature to Mongolian language, 2.5 lakhs. Okay, so and if you're doing some average research in arts, excuse me, and big research, you need 20 lakhs. And if you're doing mega research in arts, you should have 2 crores rupees. Okay, so I'm just telling the budget. Okay, your budget should be in this. Okay, don't go beyond that. Okay, minimum you can ask 5 lakhs. Okay, go to the next slide. Yeah, strategy 10. Okay, so for references, mostly Indians research I have seen, they do references manually. Don't do that actually. There are many online references managers are there actually, online managers, okay, like Mendeley. So at the end, actually, take my phone number. Actually, I used to contact Mendeley Elsewhere. The journal Elsewhere. They are having the Mendeley software. Okay, for example, if you have manuscript, the journal I told you author instruction. Okay, some journal will be asking citation in different formats. Some journal ask American Psychology Lesson format. Okay, some journal will be different. So for that, you don't want to do manually. Okay, just choose the journal. Which journal you're. Open your in the Mendeley, open your written article, and choose the journal name. Automatically, it will change according to the journal author registration. So you need not to do manually. Okay, so if anybody interested to attend the workshop, I charge 200 rupees. Okay, so we'll give certificate as well. So at the end, you can take the phone number. Actually, you can WhatsApp me. So next batch we are going to start. Okay, so you can use EndNote also there, and Zotero is also we give 2 training. One is Mendeley and also Zotero. Okay. So use the standard format, okay? And as I told you, cite correct references, cite your papers, okay? So self-citation is okay, but don't use multiple self-citation in your paper. Go to the next slide, please. And off the dice, okay? So your CV, that's more important, okay? When you're writing your research proposal for grants or for your PhD or postdoc, obviously you should write your CV, okay? Your CV, what is the difference between curriculum vitae. CV means curriculum vitae, resume, and biodata. Okay, there are three different things. Most of the educated person, they doesn't know what are the difference. Okay, biodata should contain all the things like your hobbies, blah 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 blah. Okay, and what your interest and I know cooking. What is your like a favorite pastime? So everything will be there in the biodata. Okay, whereas the curriculum vitae, okay, so should have only the record information about your career, okay, and resume should have only one page, not much in that, okay. So this is the three difference between resume, curriculum vitae, and biodata, okay. So Google it, you'll get information about these things, okay. So your CV should not like go beyond 3 to 4 pages. And recently I have seen one university, SR University, which is in Telangana, if I'm not wrong. They have given a PPT. Actually, I applied for some university in India. They give like lots of like information to be like filled in the online. Whereas that university give me 6 pages of like PPT slides. I'll show you at the end if I get a chance. Okay. So that way like you're like what record information there you should like put. Okay. And reference to your papers with impact factors. Okay, that's more important. And your experiences. Okay, that all things should be there in your CV. Okay. This is about off the dais. Okay, go to the next slide, please. Okay, so I was talking about feasible. I was used like feasible, feasible which is available. Okay, so what through observation? I told you like ideas will come from the observation, right? So this is a fantastic research published in the brief Nature. Okay, Nature Brief Communication. This was published in the year 2005. So this is a research about behavioral ecology tool manufactured by Nave Juno crows. Okay, a crow can efficiently use a tool. This was they have proved. See the crow using a stick to make a hole in a tree. We have like read about like a crow story in our school days, right? There was a thirsty crow. There was a little water in a pot. It was like too difficult for the crow to drink. Then the crow went and like brought stones and put the water came up and the crow drank the water and like flew happily. Okay. See why the crow is like very smarter. They have like absorbed that and they publish this paper. So the impact of the paper is 26 Nature. So those are from science field actually. They might have actually Nature, Science. These are the like high impact factor journals. Okay. I'll go to the next slide, please. Yeah. So again, another one research by observation. Okay. You can see here actually they don't use much funding. Okay. See they found the blinds, okay? For example, I can imitate like a Rajinikanth, like throwing a cigarette. Okay, so because I can able to see, I can see how Shah Rukh Khan is like, opening his hand. Okay, so because I'm seeing, I can imitate him. Whereas blinds cannot do that, right? They have made a fantastic research. See, is a smile in your genes? Yes, they found that genes matters. Your gene can imitate how your father is smiling, your mother is smiling. They have taken the blind family. They have like observed how the son, their daughter, smile like their parents. Okay, they made a research in that. No funding, not much funding. They have published in Proceeding National Academy of Science, which is also highest impact. Now you can see highest. So this is by observation. Okay, so this is like genetic link of facial expression. So blind cannot see. They have done a fantastic research. So why I'm telling this is an observation. Yeah, go to the next slide, please. Okay, now we are coming to the method, techniques. Okay, so hope you can see a paprika. So in paprika, capsicum, we call India Shimla mirch, right? You can see the orange color. So I'm using my cursor. Okay, here is the Shimla mirch. We can cut the Shimla mirch with any tools here, right? We can use, right? You can use anything. Like you can use a hammer to break this paprika, capsicum, or we can call it Shimla mirch, right? And even you can cut with the axe, right? You can use with the scissor, you can cut it. But you need to know what is the correct tool you need to use. That means correct method, correct technique, or correct methodology. You need to use it for cutting the paprika, okay? So also, here you can see there are like 5 knives, right? Even from the 5 knives, you need to choose the right knife to cut it in a proper shape, right? So there are different knives with the length, you can see. So why I'm telling this, like, you need to know what is the right methodology you need to adopt for your research. Don't taking axe and cutting, you write I use the axe to cut the paprika. Then he's a stupid. Why he used when he can use a knife to cut the paprika, why he use a axe or like a hammer to cut it? So you should know what technology or what methodology you need to adopt according to your sample. Okay, go to the next slide, please. Okay, completion of work. Okay, don't go with small publication. Go complete total work and publish one paper with highest impact factor. Okay, so nowadays nobody thinks about the all quantity. Okay, sir, I have 50 papers. I have published like 20 papers. I have 50 papers. It doesn't matter at all. You publish one or two papers in your subject area, the top of journal in your research area. I mean, in your field, in your subject, that is going to be fantastic work. Okay, numbers doesn't matter, quality matters. Okay, this is zero point 0.5 impact factor, small work. Don't publish small impact factor. Okay, complete all work, go with the 20 impact factor. Okay, complete all the research all together and publish one paper in nature, science. I'm talking for science, even in your subject areas. What is the topmost general? Fine, and complete all the papers and publish it. Go to the next slide, please. Go to the next slide. Okay, so now every university asking about citations. Okay, so that means citation matters. Okay, nobody cites your papers, then your work is you didn't do good work. Okay, so every university when you are applying, they ask how much citation you are having. Okay, so that means when you do good research, then only you will have good citation. Okay, so that's why there's a couplet from Tirukkural. Okay, Thondrin Poru Thondruga Agdilar Thondralin Thondramin and okay. So what are things you are doing? Do it with wholeheartedly. Okay, that will bring you fame. Okay, or else don't do that work. Okay, okay. Go to the next slide, please. Yeah, okay. Standing in front when you're going presenting your paper. Okay, I mean your proposal. Okay, so these things should be have this presentation should be like this. Okay, you're well planned, but simple PowerPoint slides is more important. Okay, like avoid animation, avoid high memory files which you cannot run at the time, and should be pre-planned. Okay, many responses are important, and questions to be raised. Okay, put yourself 5W1H we call why, what, when, where, how. Okay, put all 5W1H and make your FAQ. Okay, frequently asked question. Okay, from that you can get the answers. Go to the next slide, please. Yeah, so when you're presenting, okay, greet them with a smile. Okay, soft voice, keep a critical confident eye contact. Okay, narrate like a story. Okay, as I told you, it should be talk like a storytelling, so anyone can understand. We don't think the opposite person can understand everything. We just think he's dummy. Dummy means beginner. Okay, he doesn't know anything about. To him, actually, you need to present you. You need to make him convinced about your work. Okay, okay. Answer only the question what they are raising. Okay, and read them. Raise simple question during others present. Okay, so when you're presenting, actually they will be asking. They will be hand question. You can raise your question. Go to the next slide, please. Okay, so of the days, okay, so writing is more important, speech is more important, both are important. Okay, we should have good technical and skill. Okay, so all those things will help you to get the success in your project proposal writing. Okay, go to the next slide, please. Okay, so now we are coming to the publications. Okay, so now we have seen how to do the scientific research. Now we are going to see about publication. Okay, so as you know that our former youth chairman, Professor Kumar, he stated actually focus on PhD quality, then obviously you'll get good publication. Okay, that means you should know how to cook a good food. Actually, sir, I know I can cook, but who will eat the food? So you need to know how to do a good food, actually novel food. Okay, like there are cooking shows are coming in TV shows. Okay, when you're making good new things, then only that food that dish will be appreciated and the person will be given award. Okay, similarly find a good research area, do the research in that area, and obviously your paper will get published. That means uniqueness, novelty, innovation. Okay, go to the next please. So I was talking about the SCA actually, so Q1, Q2 actually I was telling, right? When you're going for publication, okay, so don't forget this website, SCA, okay, Mac OJR, okay. So go to the website, so you can search English literature, what are the subject, okay. From this website you can get it. Okay, so SCA for science publishing researchers. Okay, you can choose only SCA papers, SCA journals, or SCIE. For social science English literature or other person, okay, always choose SSCA. Okay, social science citation index. Okay, those journals are considered as a valid, or when you're going for abroad, you need a visa, right? When you want to go for postdoc abroad, you need paper in SSCA or SCA from science. Without publishing in this paper, in these journals, you cannot go abroad. Okay. And also nowadays all the universities are asking, do you have publication Q1, that is quartile 1 or quartile 2, quartile 3, quartile 4. Those things also you can find out from this this SGAR. Okay, go to the next slide please. Do I have time? Hello ma'am.
Yes, sir. Time over. We are exceeding.
Okay.
Uh, okay, continue.
Shall I continue or shall I go fast?
Yes, you can go fast.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so publication is more important. Publishing quality, as I told you. Okay, so search it from there. Okay, so your information should be given to larger audience, then only you get more citation. Go to the next slide, please. Ma'am. Plagiarism more important. Okay, because mostly what we do the mistake, because if you go plagiarism, recently DRDO, Defense Research Development Organization, Ministry of Defense, they have the research, Defense Research Development also. There, many scientists was they published papers were retracted. IIT Kharagpur professor papers was retracted. Annamalai University Chidambaram 200 papers was retracted. Removed from the journal. They could get published, but after informing or finding any copy, taking some other's data or manipulating the image, or not giving proper citations, or not giving acknowledgement, those papers, false information if you provide, those papers will be removed. That's why before submit the paper, they ask you to submit the plagiarism report. The plagiarism should not exceed more than 10%. Okay, if you exceed 10%, then obviously journal will also not publish. Okay, and even the journal published, your paper will be get retracted, and you will be thrown from your academia field. Okay, many scientists and professors from India, you can go plagiarism, Indian scientists, Indian professors. You'll get how many papers from India was written. And not only India, even one Japanese immunologist, very famous professor, suicided himself for plagiarism a paper. Okay, he was put in the limelight. He suicided himself. He's a very famous professor. Okay, go to the next slide, please. Okay, so if you're having any questions, okay, you can write to me. I am ramrajesh@zohomail.com, or you can take my WhatsApp number 7395952529. So I have many programs which we organize. So you can WhatsApp me. So I will add you in our groups as well. So where you can we disseminate lots of information. We have Research Council of India and also other groups. We every now and then we share lots of information in our WhatsApp group. You just WhatsApp me, so I will share the link. Okay. If you're having any questions, I'm ready to take. You can post it there in the chat box. So if any question, ma'am, you can give me 5 questions so I can answer it. Ma'am. Any important questions if you see. Ma'am?
Yes, sir. We are waiting. If they post, I will share here. Is post your question, Mr. Arun Kumar.
Yes, Arun Kumar have a question. Arun Kumar. Arun Kumar, please post your question.
Contact number already it is displayed in the slide.
Yeah, it's there. It's 7395952529. That's my WhatsApp number. So I used to conduct lots of programs for research because we need to bring good research environment, create research environment for the researchers. We help actually because everybody's so known is drop, unknown is ocean. Okay, so we try to bring PRIYA ma'am given me an opportunity, we share giving opportunity to share our experience. Okay, doesn't mean I know everything. If I don't know anything, I will get it from others. Okay, likewise we need to get everything from here and there so we can improve ourselves. Okay, this is how we can become successful. Okay, so yeah, so those excellent and those things like, but I want the questions. Yeah, please, Arun Kumar. Actually, he wants to ask some question. So so you were yeah. Thank you everyone. So yeah. So yeah, thank you everyone. But please, if you're having only questions, please post in the chat box. I'm seeing the chat box. Others can give their feedback in the feedback form. Already they have shared. Okay, you give your feedback there. I just need questions if you're having it. Yes, Arun Kumar, please. You cannot speak. You can only chat. I mean, you can only type. Or excuse me. Or else you can do one thing like no. Take my WhatsApp number. You can write to me. I am ramrajesh at zogamail.com or gmail.com. My WhatsApp number is 7395952529. You can WhatsApp me. I'll try to give reply. Ma'am, actually, I cannot see any questions. So
Yeah, no questions are there.
yeah.
We shall
So if
open
you're
the
having any
session.
question in the what do you do the Google form, you can create a space where if any questions are there, we can write personally to them. Okay. So Arun was typing. I relate to automobile industry.
There is a question from Prasida Pushottam, sir.
What is it, ma'am? Where it is?
Please mention any other citation websites.
Citation websites means I don't get citation websites. You mean the tool? Citation.
I think so, yes.
Yeah. So I told you Zotero, 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 and Mendeley, and another one is EndNote. These three are commonly used. Any questions?
Any other website?
Yeah, so you can write email or send messages to my WhatsApp number. It's already displaying there. Okay, so already we are late, I guess. I took much time. Sorry, ma'am.
Yeah, it's okay, sir. So, dear participants, feedback form is posted in the chat box. You can fill in. Please submit the feedback form before 9 p.m. So, on behalf of Dhanalakshmi Srinivasan University, Department of English, School of Engineering and Technology, I wholeheartedly thank our resource person, Dr. Ramesh Kumar sir. See, we have shared some useful session. We have got more insights from creativity, imagination. How can we develop our research skills, academic, scientific, technical, and research? So, from basic to advanced, we learned right from even Crow how it uses a tool. I hope the session was very useful. Of course, sir, from the feedback, it is inferred that the session was highly useful to all the participants. On behalf of participants, also, I share, it is my privilege to thank our resource person, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for joining and sharing your valuable insights with the participants. We expect more collaborations with you, sir.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining the evening session, and I hope I have given some glimpses about the. There are plenty of things I would like to share. Actually, I am sharing my phone number in the chat box, okay, and also my email ID. Please note it down. So if you need any help or anything, you can write it to me. Yeah, so I have put it there. Actually, you can check there. And also, I thank Dhanalakshmi Srinivasan College, School of Science and Engineering Technology, and also the management of Dhanalakshmi Srinivasan University, and Dr. C. PRIYA, Professor of English Department, for giving me the opportunity and also the participants who are like participants all over India, and also research scholars and faculties. And thank you very much for joining and giving a positive feedback. And hopefully, like if you're organizing any program at your institution or in your college, wherever, it's like no, I'm ready to like no give talk for your institution, because science is not only for us. Actually, science illuminates around the globe. Okay, so we need to like share the knowledge with everyone. That's how like we can create a beautiful world for you and me, for everyone, and for the future generation. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you, participants. We shall wind up. Post your feedback. Thanks for joining. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, sir. Dear participants, you can post your feedback. Thank you. We end the live stream now.